Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Chinese Embassy. First of all, I would introduce all the participating guests for today's event. They are Her Excellency Madame Zhang Yanling, Chinese Ambassador to Antigua and Barbuda. Mr. Maurice Merchant, Chairperson of Prime Minister's Scholarship Committee. Mr. Floyd Prince, Secretary of Prime Minister's Scholarship Committee. And we are also very happy invited 9 former government scholarship alumni here to share their experience in China. At the same time, here are 16 newly enrolled students, not only the Chinese government scholarship winners, but also the language students who will study in China in the near future. And there are also some parents of the students joining us. All of you are welcome. From Chinese Embassy in charge of economic and commercial issues, including scholarship program. Now, let's welcome Her Excellency Ambassador Zhang Yanling to deliver a remark.
Okay, thank you, my dear colleague, Claudia. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really wonderful that we get together here today. I want to give special thanks and welcome to Mr. Maurice Merchant from Prime Minister's Office as chairman of the program for government scholarships, and also his assistant. And also to all the young friends who have studied in China before and would like to share with us their experiences and also maybe suggestions. And to all the students who have been awarded with the scholarships, both from the Chinese government and also from the Antiguan and Barbudan government, my warm congratulations to you all. When talking about the good relations between China and Antigua and Barbuda, thanks to the strategic guidance of our leaders, people-to-people exchange is always a very important part. Last year, in January actually, during Prime Minister's visit to China, leaders of our two countries emphasized once again the importance of strengthening the people-to-people exchange. So 3 months ago in May, during the 4th ministerial meeting of China and Latin America and the Caribbean Forum, Chinese President Xi Jinping proposed to launch 5 new programs, and one of them is to deepen the people-to-people connectivity. With that, in the next 3 years, China will provide Latin American and Caribbean countries, including Antigua and Barbuda, of course, 3,500 government scholarships and 1,000 funded placements through the Chinese bridge programs. So we quite agree with what Honorable Prime Minister Gaston Brown pointed out when meeting you, I think yesterday, on Thursday, that the education is the most important pathway for your personal growth, national pride, and also international competitiveness. As a matter of fact, in the area of people-to-people exchange between our two countries and beyond that, we've already got a lot of good news. As recently as in May, one designer from Antigua and Barbuda, Mr. Andrew Charles, here's the picture. He once studied in China, just like you, who has received the government scholarship. And this year, for the leading Chinese women's wear design competition, he has won the Bronze Award. Yeah, some of the pictures of his collections.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really amazing, right? And during his presentation, he shared that, I quote here, "The collection I created, Thread of Connection." The name of the product, his collection is called the Threads of Connection. It's not just fashion. It's a testament to the three cultural forces that have shaped my life. The Caribbean, where I was born and raised, China, where I have lived and grown for some of my adult life, and Africa, the ancestral homeland that grounds my identity. Unquote. Very impressive, right? I would also like to share with you another exciting news, I should say very exciting news. It's about Mr. Naim de Souza, who is actually with us today.
Yes.
He is one of the government scholarship receiver last year. Just sitting here like you last year, he was in the same room. And during his study in China, he was officially selected to represent Antigua and Barbuda to participate the World Swimming Championships in Singapore just last month in July. And what's more exciting that he scored the third place in his group, which is also a new personal best for him. So let's give him a big round of applause. Yeah. So, and he's only 19 years old, and today is his birthday actually.
Oh.
So he's 19 years old. So happy birthday to you. So there are, of course, a lot of good news, many more, but I'll just stop here. And with so many impressive and exciting news, we do look forward to have more envoys from you to represent Antigua and Barbuda in China, whether it's in agriculture, not agriculture, education, sports, or any other area. I think you will be the very good representative of your good country. And we do hope that will bring more creative ideas in boosting the cooperation and the understanding between our two countries and the peoples. So with that, I do wish your study in China will be a very inspiring, transformational, and fruitful journey. So thank you very much, and all my best wishes to you.
Thanks for your warm words and good wishes. And now let's invite Mr. Maurice Merchant to give us a remark.
I recognize Ambassador Zhang. I also acknowledge Madam Chan, who has been working very closely with us. Good to see you. Mr. Prince, who you're all familiar with. Also, thank you very much. Parents, good to see you. And I see another former student back there. Good to see you. I particularly want to acknowledge and recognize the graduates from this program. Good to see Tyrone, good to see Charmaine, Glenoy, and also Christine, who are here with us. There are two individuals, Madam Zhang, who will be playing a significant role in the students settling in to China when they depart from next week. And that is Dane Martin. He will be accompanying our students when they arrive in China to have them settled in their universities. Also, Roy Ann Boy, she will be traveling with the students from Antigua to London and then onward to China to have them settled. So we thank our former students and current students who are contributing significantly towards the development of this program. I acknowledge my good friend and our one of our youngest students to have received a scholarship, Naeem, and for doing so very well in his skills development, the art of swimming, and we expect great things from him, or greater things from him. I also want to point out, but not to specially single out anyone, but to point out that also, madam, we have Angelique Liddy, another one of our national swimmers here in Antiguan Barbuda, who is on scholarship, so we also expect great things in that field of sport upon their arrival in China. And also good afternoon to the current students, those of you who will be traveling on to China very soon. Today we not only celebrate your individual achievements, but also the deep and enduring friendship between Antigua and Barbuda and the People's Republic of China. This moment is a milestone in your personal journey and a testament to what is possible when nations in the power, or when nations invest in the power of education, as the Prime Minister indicated yesterday. Since 2007, the government of the People's Republic of China has graciously extended to our citizens the opportunity to pursue degree studies at the undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral levels. Year after year, these scholarships have opened doors for Antiguans and Barbudans to access world-class education, develop new skills, and contribute meaningfully to our society and other societies as our students are working and living elsewhere outside of Antigua and Barbuda. Many of the alumni of this program, they now hold top positions at home and abroad. Leaders in government, in business, in medicine, in technology, education, and the list goes on. This year, China has demonstrated and also shown its generosity and commitment by granting 5 undergraduate scholarships to our students, as well as offers for postgraduate studies, one of which will enable a talented Antiguan and Barbudan to pursue a master's degree program, and that person is young Jesse Dean Jonas. In addition, our own government, the government of Prime Minister Gaston Brown, is proudly sponsoring 10 additional students to undertake Chinese language study program at Tongji University in Shanghai, preparing them for undergraduate journey next year, 2026. To the government and people of the People's Republic of China, we say, 谢谢. Did I get it right? Thank you very much. Madam Zhan, the government of the People's Republic of China's sustained investment in the human capital of Antigua and Barbuda, in planting seeds that will bear fruit for generations to come. We deeply appreciate the trust you place in our young people and the opportunities you create for them to grow, learn, and succeed. Students, your journey will be exciting, challenging, and life-changing. You'll be learning in one of the world's oldest civilizations, surrounded by cutting-edge innovation. You'll face new foods, new customs, and most importantly, a new language. But each of these will become your strengths. You'll return not just with degrees, but with a new way of seeing the world. Just to give you an example, one of our past scholarship graduates, now serving in a top position at the Mount St. John Medical Center. She said to me upon her return, "When I first landed in China, I thought I was there just to study medicine. But I left with so much more discipline, adaptability, lifelong friends, and the belief that I could succeed anywhere in the world." Another one who works within the tourism industry explained, "The experience taught me that when you push past the fear of the unknown, you will find your greatest strengths." And as indicated, there are many young Antiguans and Barbudans who are serving in top positions here in Antigua and Barbuda, having graduated from universities in the People's Republic of China. In fact, one of our doctoral graduates is a senior officer within the Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda, and because of his expertise and the training and knowledge he would have attained in China, he's now in Barbados working with the regional security system. And so our efforts in educating you are proving to be beneficial not only to Antigua and Barbuda, but to our region. You are about to embark on an extraordinary adventure. China is a country with a civilization that stretches back thousands of years, a culture rich in traditions, a society that has embraced innovation and progress at an astonishing pace. Your studies will be rigorous, yes, but they will also be transformative. You will gain not only academic knowledge, but also cultural insights, friendships, and perspectives that will shape the rest of your lives. You are ambassadors of Antigua and Barbuda, as was indicated by the Prime Minister yesterday. Every classroom discussion, every friendship you build, every community you join in China will be a reflection of who we are and who you are as a people. So we ask you to immerse yourselves in the culture of China. Be resilient, respectful, hardworking, and full of promise. Carry the flag of Antigua and Barbuda proudly in your hearts, and let your conduct and achievements make your country even prouder of you. The journey ahead will have challenges, as I have indicated earlier, but each challenge will strengthen you. Remember why you are in China. Remember that your success is not yours alone, as indicated by the Prime Minister. Success is yours, your families, and Antigua and Barbuda, and I dare say the People's Republic of China. And when you return with knowledge that can lift others. Return with skills that will help solve our nation's challenges. Return ready to mentor the next generation of our young Antiguans and Barbudans who will also dare to dream the same dream that you are dreaming and achieving now. On behalf of the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda, I congratulate you. May your time in China be one of excellence, discovery, and growth. Go forward with confidence, some humility also, and be determined to achieve. And know that we are all here supporting you and are cheering for your success. So once again, thanks to the People's Republic of China for their continuous generosity. And thank you too for volunteering to be ambassadors for Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you very much.
I'm sure your will become a powerful force for the students to study in China. Now, we would have the university admission letter awarding ceremony. I would invite the new winners of Chinese government scholarship to move in front of the hall. The first scholarship winner, Ms. Carissa Campbell, who is admitted to Wuhan University of Technology. Congratulations. Next one is Olivia Campbell, who is admitted to Shandong University of Science and Technology. Congratulations. And then is Vanilla Mohammed, who is admitted to Central South University. Congratulations. And Ms. Sierra Keenan, who is admitted to University of Science and Technology, Beijing. Congratulations. And then Mr. Jesse Lin Jonas, who is the winner of Moscow Scholarship, a scholarship from Chinese Ministry of Commerce. He will study for a master's degree in Huazhong University of Science and Technology. Congratulations to you, Mr. Jonas. Now, let's invite Mr. Morton and Ambassador Zhang to present the admission letters. Please. Mr. Merchant, please, you first. Thank you, Mr. Merchant. Please stand in the middle for a while. Now let's invite Ambassador Zhang to present the admission letters to another 3 students. Okay, thank you, Ambassador. Now, let's continue to the next session. I believe all the new students here are full of expectations for the upcoming study life in China, and maybe a little worried at the same time. Also, you must have many questions that need to be answered. That is why we are here to have this pre-departure briefing. Before our alumni sharing their stories with China, I'd like to present a school video regarding some very important things to do to help you have a better understanding of what you might be expecting for the first couple of days coming to China. I know this year there will be 10 Chinese language students to study in Tongji University, so I especially choose the video made by Tongji University, and I'm sure their information is also suitable to the students of other schools. Please look at the big screen.
Hey there, congrats on being admitted to Tongji University. We're looking forward to your arrival, but before leaving home, there's a few things that you need to do. Starting in 2024, all digital copies of your admissions materials, including your admissions notice and confirmation forms, will be sent to you via email. It's important to note that the university no longer provides any hard copies of your admissions materials. In your home country, make sure to apply for the Chinese student visa using the materials provided by the university. It's important that you apply for the X1 or X2 entry visa, as tourist visas and entry-free visas are not permitted. As your entry visa is only valid for 30 days, make sure to arrive in China after August 19th, as our registration dates are from August 26th to the 30th. And also, don't forget to bring your physical copies of your application materials when you travel to China, particularly your copy of the diploma and degree certificate. If you forget to bring these copies, it can affect your admission qualification. For the latest information and notice, you can scan this QR code to follow our official WeChat account. Now that you're ready, it's time to come to Tongji.
After a long trip, you finally arrived in Shanghai. Now your next destination is going to be Tongji University. The city of Shanghai offers various transportations for you to get from the airport to the university. You can either take the airport bus, you can take a direct taxi, or you can also take the public metro lines. For specific route details, you can always refer to our on-site registration guide for international students. And one more thing, recently at Terminal 2 of Pudong International Airport, there is a new international service center which was opened for foreigners. It's very convenient and offers integrated services for people coming to Shanghai. I would highly recommend you to visit Shanghai.
Now that you know how to get to the campus, your first task is to finalize the registration of temporary residents of foreigners within 4 hours after entry. You can also find information on how to get this done on our registration guide. Your next important step is to register Chinese phone number as soon as possible. You can visit service providers such as China Mobile or China Telecom. And this is going to get it done quickly. It's to go to the community from the student campus. There, you can get the phone number.
Shanghai is a very big city, and finding a terminal of your own is not going to be that difficult. So if you want to, you can always go ahead and rent your own terminal in the city.
On registration day, make sure to bring all the required documents and arrive on time to get a review number. Then the staff, asking volunteers, will lead you to the international student office. Once you arrive at the international student office, tables will be set up with our staff ready to help guide you throughout the process. That help you pay for your tuition fees, give you details and documents, anything that you need to help you with your student visa, residence permit, and physical examination. After registration, you step out of the office and come to one of the machines here, where you can input your personal information and get a new student ID card. One more thing, for non-CSC scholarship exchange students, please register at your own colleges or schools. For detailed contact information, please refer to the registration guide.
come, but we are not in this. You still have to complete the physical examination and get your reference permit after your registration. For the physical examination, you can go alone or participate in the physical examination in school to be arranged. After the physical examination is completed, you can apply for a residence permit at the
I have gained a lot from this video. Although this video was shot last year, I think it should be about the same now. For the other university, you could also find the related information and notice in their official website or official WeChat account. Well, you could see we have prepared some foods and a traditional Chinese refreshment. Please enjoy during the following communication session. Today, we are honored to invite 9 outstanding alumni to share their experiences of studying and living in China. Their precious memories and stories may be also some challenges they have faced and how they have overcome them. They will also provide lots of practical information and suggestions to help the junior maids adapt to the new environment and life smoothly. I would invite all the alumni to speak one by one. Please introduce yourself first and share your stories. First of all, Ms. Shanmei Allen, Xiamei. Shall we start with you? Thank you.
Okay, all my extended warm regards to Ambassador Zhang Ling. My extended greetings to Ambassador Zhang Ling and her assistant Chang Yu, Mr. Maurice Merchant, Chairman of the Scholarship Committee at Prime Minister's Office, and his assistant Floyd Prince, and greetings to my former university graduates or former students of this scholarship, and our newly students who are embarking on their new journey. I say good afternoon. 我叫夏美，那是我的中文名字。Okay, so my name is Charmaine Allen. My Chinese name is Xiamei. I am one of the first of 10 awardees of the very first time getting the scholarship. Who can guess what year that was?
2007?
2007. So I'm still young. So that was 2007. It has been, words can't express how amazing my life has been since I've been on the scholarship. First and foremost, I was stationed in Beijing. I was at the Beijing Film Academy. I did my first degree in film and advertising directing. Am I using that now? Somewhat, but mostly I've been using the language. I've been a teacher for well over 13, 14 years, teaching English and, and Mandarin. My journey to China was one of absolute, I would say, luck, but given that I am a child of God, it's been a blessing. First and foremost, again, what Mr. Maurice Merchant and Her Excellency Zhang Yangling has said, you are an ambassador to your country. We cannot reiterate it enough, because there are going to be challenges that are going to make you want to think outside of your box, you know? So first and foremost, always think, I am the ambassador to my country. I am ambassador to myself, right? I am ambassador to my family. So you're going to make beautiful friendships. You're going to make family within your classroom. You're probably going to be the only person in your class that is of African descent. Only person in your class that's probably going to be of Caribbean descent. Only person that's probably speaking English in your entire school, not just in your class, but in your entire school. I was the only black female on campus at the time. I was the only Caribbean female on campus for about 3 years before that changed to another Caribbean male from Barbados. But I was the only black female and the only black Caribbean female on campus. So everybody knew Xia Mei. But I would walk around, everybody would say, Xia Mei, or I would be in every project, every film, every commercial. My teachers or professors, before I knew they were my professors, I would be in, in a volunteer film for the school and or for something to promote unity between China and different countries. So again, that's a big part of your ambassadorship, right? At that time as well, it was before the 2008 Olympics. So there have, between September 07 and when the Olympics actually started, there have been drastically amazing development, like super fast. You blink your eye and like, wait, there wasn't anything there. And then you go on vacation and you come back and you're like, whoa, what? It's mind-blowing. If it's that mind-blowing for me, I can't imagine it for the Chinese nationals who have been there for years, from their childhood, from 1950 or 40 something, and seeing that drastic development. I don't want to go back into all of what has been said before, but knowing that I had a love for China from my childhood. I used to love watching Wing Chun and Jackie Chan, Jet Li, any kind of karate movie. That was me, right? I also thought that I was Chinese because I do have some roots there. But when I went there and I saw, just as in the movies, the politeness, for lack of a better word, I say polite, but the friendliness of the people, their respect, how they respect and treat each other. There are going to be cases where people are from different provinces that may never see your type of hair before or your type of color, but use that as a learning or a teaching opportunity, even for children. When you come across children, use that as a learning, as a teaching method of, this is who I am, this is my country, and always wear a smile. Chinese people love to smile. They love to see you smile. They're going to come, hi, hello, looka, hi. They're going to say a lot of things. Smile. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you're having a bad day, always put on a friendly face, because that's sometimes you're going to be their first Caribbean person or first black person, and you want to give them that good impression. What we say in Antigua, first impression is the most important. So with that said, I was also the only black person in my major because I did language first at my school, which is the Beijing Film Academy, and then I did an entrance exam, and then I went into my major, which is film and advertising. I was the only black person as well among all Chinese. So, and I was not privy to the language before, right? We didn't have a debrief like you guys had a debrief. We didn't have a lot of the information that you're getting now, right? All of this, we didn't have that. That was our first time. So even with how everything has been staged now, it's amazing the improvement, the updates that you guys are getting. So when I went into my major, everything was mind-blowing, to say the least, because not only are my professors were writing in Hansel cursive, and I'm like, how am I going to understand any of this? And I would ask my classmate, and they're like, oh, it's okay. We don't understand either. And I'm just like, I'm doomed. But because I was so friendly, I believe, we became like family to this day. I know their children, they know my children, they call me, when it's my wedding, I call them. They're inviting me, even though I cannot make it at the time, but I'm invited in their lives. Their family members. I've gone on a road trip with my friend's father and mother from China all the way to Qingdao. We're driving on the road, and that's hours, right? From Beijing to Qingdao, I think I said China. So embrace every moment, embrace every experience. Just go as a blank canvas for not only to be written on, but for you to also paint and change mindset, learn and unlearn different opinions that you may have seen or you may have heard, because my experience will not be yours. Whoever else you may have spoken to, their experience are not yours, right? You have to make it what you want it to be, and go with the mindset that I am going to build instead of, being closed off. Okay, so I've met my husband also in China. He's from Jamaica. He went to Renmin last year. He was at Renmin University, and he was doing his master's. I met him the year before I graduated. We graduated the same year, 2 days apart. Now we have 2 beautiful children, and he now lives in Antigua, right? So the sky is the limit. Your mind is the limit of what opportunities you can achieve in China, okay? Follow the rules, get to class on time. If you do have subjects that you're choosing and you really don't want to continue studying it, make sure to communicate with the subject teacher to say, that department to ensure that when you cancel that, it is canceled, because if you don't experience, at the end of your scholarship, at the end of your studies, when you're graduating, everything is going to come across as a 0 on your manuscript, and that's going to affect your GPA. So be mindful of these small details when you're, canceling a elective, basically. Your majors, you have to do it, but your electives, you can cancel after maybe 3 months, I believe. So within the 6 months of studying your elective, make sure you're canceling 3 months within. And make sure it's completely canceled, not like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. You don't go to your classes, because that's going to come across as a 0. I think I'm going to leave it here. China is a place that you are going to be thankful for the rest of your life, because you're going to have utmost independence, freedom, joy, some anger, some upset, but it's all going to form each and every one of you to be the better man and woman ambassador to Antigua and Barbuda. And not just what you're studying is going to be your bread and butter. The language, the different experiences of different provinces or community that you go through. You're going to learn things, you're going to see how the people operate. And that is going to be a big plus for you. So with that, I want to just say a hearty thank you to the People's Republic of China that they gave me that opportunity to adult, I guess, in China. That's where I became a full-fledged adult in China, and it has made me a better woman, a better wife, a better mother, although I didn't know about that, but that's what has made me leveled up in my life. So, 谢谢感谢你们, and I wish all of you all the best in your studies, and I know that you are going to make us proud.
Good day, everyone. I want to once again acknowledge Ambassador Jan, Miss Chen Yun, Mr. Merchant, Mr. Prince, everyone. Thank you, Charmaine. My name is Glenoy Goodwin. I studied coastal engineering and ocean science at Tsinghua University. And I graduated in 2023. Before that, I
studied Chinese language at Tongji University, where most of you are going, it sounds like. So, both very beautiful campuses and great experiences. Next. Oh, well, I did that. Next. Yeah, so for me as an Antiguan, I think this was especially meaningful. Small island nations face the challenges of hurricanes, erosion, climate change, and the things that I learned in Beijing about coastal resilience and all of these innovations, I think could really help us in Antigua and in the Caribbean. And the program helped me to see engineering as more than just structures, but you have to think about safeguarding lives, economies, ecosystems, and it showed me the importance of combining science and engineering to adapt to the world around us. Next. So beyond the academics, one of the most enriching parts of my time were the cultural experiences. So living in Beijing meant that there was a lot of mending of the old and the new. So there'll be 40, 50-story buildings, and at the same time, they're the hutongs, the little traditional houses in parts of town. And I think learning the language also helped me deepen the bond with China and the people around me. Next. So I made lots of friends, next, and people from all around the world. I think that it's good to join the various, clubs at school. Don't just, although you're there to study and you do have to work very hard, it's also important to engage in all of the extracurricular that they offer, because that's a very, I think, enriching part of the whole experience. Next. At Tsinghua, I met friends from China and the rest of the world, and every day felt like a cultural exchange, an exchange of ideas, food, language, traditions, and all that diversity taught me that you can have a lot in common and have really deep connections with people that at first seem like they're so different from you, and it really broadens your worldview. Next. Oh, and these are just, some pictures I took of foods and time in the cafeteria, and I really did enjoy the food. I miss it almost every day sometimes. Next. These were just, places I've been, things that I've eaten. Next. I think studying in China was a journey of personal growth. It wasn't only getting a degree, and it taught me independence. It taught me how to adapt, how to navigate the world on your own in a sense, because now you're not under the umbrella of your parents and your family, and it cultivates, I think, a lot more than just things that you can learn in a book. And I think Chinese universities, although they expect a lot of discipline and they require you to have a really strong work ethic, I think that's an asset, because it forces you to raise your own standards and to cultivate all of these really wonderful disciplines that you can use, throughout the rest of your life. Next. Yeah, so after going through all of that and, having to become more than you were, it builds a lot of resilience and confidence, and you feel like you can take on almost any challenge after going through that. You studied an entire degree in a foreign language to you, and I think is very transformative. Next. I was thinking about what, personal experiences that I could share. I think Charmaine gave a lot of really good advice and stories. I would say one of the biggest things, yes, she was very correct about building friendships and really taking all of the opportunities that are placed in front of you, because China's just like anywhere in the world. Relationships and cooperation and teamwork really can get you far. And On that stone is written Ziqiang Bushi. That's the first half of our school motto, and I think that I live by those words now. It translates loosely to always improving without rest. So you're just constantly trying to become better, trying to do more. I even have a tattoo of that now because it's just
Really?
yeah. Those are the words I live by
So
now.
you did it in China? Or?
Yeah, I got it. No, I got it here. So thank you.
And then we would invite Mr. Vaughan Roy Smith.
Once again, good afternoon. My name is Vaughan Roy Smith. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to speak to all of you today. Thank you to the ambassador, Mr. Merchant. And I just want to give a recount of my experience in China. So, I went down in the group that went in 2011. And I didn't know what I was going to expect. It was exciting. It was exciting. I went down with Mr. Peters, and we were all excited to go get there, experience what China is like. And I do not know what picture I had in my mind before getting there, but when I got there, there was a shock because I think what I expected to see and what I saw were two different realities, but nonetheless it was good. Stepping into Beijing for the first time, seeing a new environment, seeing the big city and the type of environment that it was a very new experience and something that I realized this is something that we're going to have to get accustomed to, something that we're going to have to learn from, something that we're going to have to adapt to, because it is a 180 from what we're accustomed to. From our culture, what we're accustomed to seeing. So, moving from there, we met some students, just like how you met us, we met some students that were studying China, that helped us navigate through our respective universities, because as a group we went down as a group of 20. We split up at the airport, some going to Shanghai, some going to Beijing, and from then we split up even further. So our group just went from 20 to maybe about 2 in the end as we got to our universities that we studied language. So we studied language for a year. I studied in Tianjin University, which was, in my opinion, a very good university for studying language. They had a very good international student office. They dealt with us very good. Any problem, any issue that we had, they were always there to help solve and resolve the issue. When it came to things that we had to do on our own, we go out into the streets, meet people, buy things for our dorms. One of the most used phrases in that time was jigga, nigga, because you have to say, I want this, I want that, because that's as far as our Chinese language went at the time. But you still need to buy stuff, and most of the people you met in that environment is not able to speak English. So you have to still find a way to communicate because you needed things. So there now you had your experience in that language barrier between you and the locals, but you have to get around it. So one of the phrases that we were taught from early on, jigga, nigga, and nigga, you will hear that a lot, right? At first, it was somewhat of a shock hearing it everywhere you go on the street. You feel like somebody's talking about you. But in all honesty, it just means that, and they use it a lot in their language. So it takes a little bit to get accustomed to hearing that all around you and being like, oh, it's just a normal part of everyday life. One of the things that I realized in their culture, at least 50 to 60% of the conversation surrounds food. They love food, and if you are a foodie, you would love the type of dishes that you're going to meet in China. Just like Mr. Glenroy, he would have showed you some dishes, all beautiful dishes, tasty. One of my favorites would have been Hong Shao Rou and Jajangmian, Baozi, Jiaozi, all these things. There's an ongoing joke amongst us that once you leave China, you'd have dreams and nightmares about missing the fried rice, Chao Fan. But these are all of our things because we love the food. We sat there as we studied. We got fat off of it. So, yeah, it was a great experience. From there, and making a lot of friends as well. One of the things I advise you to do, make lots of Chinese friends. In the early sets, ones that can speak English, because they would definitely help you, especially if you run into any issue outside where the school isn't able to help you. They would always be there to assist you. Call them and say, hey, I need help with this. They're there. 2 minutes later, they're at the door knocking, say, ready, let's go. I remember one time I got sick, very sick, and there wasn't an on-campus school clinic, but not being able to communicate and not being able to get any official from the school to assist, I called up one of my Chinese friends, and he was there. Okay, let's go, we're going to the clinic. I would speak to him in English, he would translate it to the nurse in Chinese, and from that, you help get you through the situation, help you out of it. I got my first injection, it was like, I hadn't got injection in my butt since I was a child. I had to pull down my pants for the nurse, and she stuck me in the butt with a needle. Give me, I don't even know what medicine it was at the time, but it helped me get over the sickness. From there, I went to my major university, that is CDN University. That is in the old capital, one of the old capitals of China. A beautiful place, not as developed as Beijing and Tianjin was. So there was a little bit of struggle for entertainment, but as I say, when you go, you make friends, they will show you all the spots. You learn to play mahjong, you meet a lot of people. One of the things I would advise you to do as you're studying, find a hobby that you can do, something that would break up the monotony of just studying and going back to the room. One of the things, I was tired of seeing white walls because it's from the classroom with white walls back to the dorm with white walls to study and back to the classroom again. So the hobby definitely helped me to create some balance in my study life. What I did, I played football. I met some Chinese friends that played football as well, played in the local leagues, participated. I think we got third at one point, winning a local cup. Things like that make your experience that much more better, because sitting and studying all the time definitely affects you mentally. So you need that physical or some type of hobby that breaks up the monotony to really balance that work life and keep that momentum going with your studying, because it would definitely start to take a toll on you that you would feel like it's too much, I want to give up, and all these negative thoughts will come about in your head. But you know that you got an opportunity to go there and really make a difference, spread your side of the culture to the community in China, and learn from that community as well, the different cultures that they have to offer, because there's a lot of beautiful things to see. I participated in 2 weddings, one traditional, one more modern, where you had the nice Western wedding dresses and so on in a hotel, and the ones in the village where you have the families preparing for 3 and 4 days for the ceremony. They cook, have the entire village invited to sit and eat while the ceremony is going on. Everybody has fun, communicate. You see the games that they play in the wedding with the dowries and and everything. It was very interesting to see. The shushu, he paints his face, put on his head garment, well dressed up, ready to greet all the villagers into the wedding. So these are some of the brilliant experiences that I've had there, and it was really life-changing. I've even had opportunity to speak with children and get to know their thought and their way of living. There's one thing that you come about because of our dark skin color. You would hear a lot of the times the children think, oh, you're dirty, that's why you're black. But it's just a little bit of Yes, I see a shock face down there. It's just a little, just a misconception, and I can tell you where that comes from because I spent some time speaking to them and getting to know how they came up with this concept. Because they had a lot of workers in the coal mines and so on. When they come out from the coal mines, their skin will be black with soot. So of course, in that case, they're dirty, so their skin is black. So you have to show them, all right, we're not black because we're dirty. It's just a part of how we're born, how we grew up, our melanin and everything. Expose them to something that they weren't exposed to originally before. And with that, you learn something, they learn something, we're all better off for it. In terms of apps, we saw the video and very good apps recommended. Another app that I suggest that you get is a VPN, some sort of VPN, because you will not have access to Google services on the mainland. So you're going to need a VPN to be able to access those services and get in contact with your family, use WhatsApp, etc. And I'm forgetting the other one I was thinking of, but definitely a VPN. Anything else? I think that's about it. If you have any questions with anything else, you can always find me after. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to Ambassador Jan, Mr. Merchant, and also Ms. Chang. Thank you for the invitation. To all of the graduates and also to the new students that are on the way. I wish you guys the best. My experience in China was incredible. I moved there in 2014. I got the Prime Minister's Scholarship, where I studied for 1 year. I studied Chinese, and then I proceeded to do my master's degree at Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. I stumbled on the English because I only know it as Caijing Daxue. But it was a great experience for me. I ended up staying in China for maybe another 4 years to work after the fact. I worked as an engineer in China, so I worked in startups, I worked in larger companies, I worked in agencies, just really got the full experience of what it was like to live in Shanghai and just be a part of the culture there. So I definitely recommend that when you get there, you just keep an open mind. Like Mr. Merchant had mentioned earlier, China is a very old country, right? They have a very rich and old culture. So definitely take the opportunity to, immerse yourself in it as much as you can. Your university will have like different programs that you can take up. Take a Tai Chi class, take a calligraphy class, leave the campus. I got involved in like a little ping pong group outside of my campus as well with a bunch of the old men in the community where my university was. So definitely take advantage of that. I'd say coming from Antigua, we're very small, right? And China is very large. There's 1 billion people there. They have many different ethnicities and different cultures within China itself, but in essence, you're gonna be like a small fish in a very big pond. So don't let it, distract you from what you're there for, because at the end of the day, you're all there to study, and you're going to be expected to work really hard and show up for your classes. And your universities individually will expect you to do that, right? Because they don't just kind of have a hands-off approach. A lot of them are very hands-on when it comes to academics, so definitely go there and really try to put your best foot forward and just, try to exceed what you may have seen as your own personal limitations. I think for tips on getting to China, for me, when I got there, I didn't know any Chinese, and even saying ni hao, I didn't say it right because the tones were wrong. But even then, I was still able to get there and succeed because I had support. So I'd recommend that you guys, if you don't already, you can get into a group chat so that you can communicate with each other on WeChat, or find students in your own respective cities that are there and try to reach out to them before you get there. It's going to really help you to kind of ease in to what China is, right? So I recommend, packing anything like small snacks just to get you through the first couple of days. packing some medicine. You know, if you catch the flu and you don't know how to find medicine, but then you don't know how to communicate to anyone, you're going to want to have this stuff on you when you get there to just kind of have a soft landing, right? Apart from that, China is a very accessible place to get around in. You don't need a car. Take great walking shoes because you're going to be walking a lot. No matter how much you eat, you're really going to just, Chinese, they're really big about eating and then going for a walk. It's like you drink tea after you eat and then you go for a walk. So it's going to be really difficult to kind of stay in one place. You're going to have to get used to getting active. So get some good shoes for going up there. I'd also say, a phone number is going to be really important. Important apps for me up there were WeChat, having Taobao, I know Anthony is also a really big fan of Taobao down there. Having, Ulama, Didi, that stuff that they mentioned in the video, those are also really great, but also Pleco. You could try Google Translate. I know you can download the translations to your phone before you get there, because once you're in China, nothing from Google, Facebook, or any of that is going to work on its own. So you're going to need to have some localized apps to just be able to get around and communicate to people, especially for communication. I don't really have anything else off the top of my head. I really enjoyed my time in China. It was amazing. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet people that I still talk to today, not just Antiguans, but people from around the world. They're some of my closest friends. We still travel to meet each other in different places sometimes. So, be open to the experiences when you get there. And like I said initially, it's a big place, a lot of bright lights. Don't let it distract you too much from what you're going there to do, because at the end of the day, you're going there to study. But really, there's no limit to what you can find to do in China. Try a new hobby, get to know people, especially get to know your ayis or shushu in your apartments. Treat them really well, and they will also treat you really well. Because a really big part of Chinese culture is something called guanxi. And so, relationships are very important in China. So maintain them, like Charmaine had mentioned, put your best foot forward and just, enjoy your time there. That's all.
My name is Naim D'Souza. I was awarded a CXE scholarship in 2024 to study in China. I'll be studying business administration at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing. I've just completed 1 year of studying the Mandarin language and moving on to my major. The past 11 months in China has been a transformative journey from cultural immersion to exciting opportunities. Studying in China could be one of the best decisions one could make. China is home to globally recognized institutions like Tsinghua, Peking, and Tongji in various fields of study. These universities are climbing fast in international rankings and offer many academic programs. Tuition and living expenses in China are much lower than in other countries. Many universities and government programs offer scholarships that can cover tuition, accommodation, and living stipends for international students like us. China offers an immersive environment to learn Mandarin, a widely spoken language. Some institutions also offer numerous English degree programs. You'll experience 5,000 years of civilization from monuments like the Great Wall of China and Tiananmen Square, both located in Beijing, China. China's rapid growth and global presence creates pathways to many learning opportunities, especially in technology, finance, international trade, and entrepreneurship. From my experience, the campus life in China is vibrant and very modern. It offers a safe environment and many international communities. Universities also provide strong support through the international students' offices for visa processing, accommodation, orientation, counseling, and more. China is home to many large cities as well as countless small towns, each offering its own unique culture and atmosphere. Its multiple transportation systems allows getting around urban areas simple and cheap. While these countries' location in Asia provides convenient, access to international travel options. I think living in China is beneficial for the following reasons. Your education pushes past boundaries, your Mandarin improves daily, and you're introduced to people from around the world. Thank you. Oh, some photo. Yeah, some photo. This is the Great Wall of China, and this is my university, UIBE. This is in Temple of Heaven. Yeah. Also the Great Wall of China. UIBE again, my university. UIB again. UIB again. And this is bullet train. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zilan Martin. My Chinese name is Ma Ding. Ma Ding. I just graduated my language year, which is Tongji University, which is most of you guys are going to. I'll be staying in Shanghai, going to Shanghai Normal University, study agriculture, which is Nongye in Chinese. China is very fun, safe, and in school terms stressful, but yeah, that's why we're going to study. Yeah, I went to study. Everything went well. I studied hard. It paid off. I studied hard for the first couple of months, and everything paid off in the end. Like, it came easier. So I advise you guys to study hard for at least the first 6 months. After the first 6 months, you'll have the language locked in, and you find everything much easier. Regards of like traveling around, don't be afraid. China is safe, very easy to get around. You have the metro, very easy to use, and the buses, which are both easy to use. I don't really have much to say because like the other guys really had explained everything else. So I'll just keep it short and simple. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Royan Boye. I am also a Chinese scholarship student of the year 2024. Yes. I studied my language year at Tongji University. Firstly, I would recommend making friends. Please do make friends. Don't go from school to your dorm, or school, dorm, library, and just continuously do that. I did that, and I started to feel depressed, ready to come home. So I recommend going out, make friends, be interactive, because it will help you throughout your years. And it's also good to make friends in different various countries, because it's also beneficial to you and them as well. Also, during my language year, my teacher tended to say that I speak Chinglish because I would start off with the grammar in Chinese, and then I'll slowly go down into English, and she'll be like, Roan, that's my Chinese name. My Chinese name is Roan, or the Mingzaja Roan. Yes. Chinese. Okay. But she would recommend that I practice. They would give you a lot of grammar practices. Practice, speak as well. Regardless if you make friends that speak English, I recommend that you speak to them in Chinese. It will be very beneficial to you. Also, kindly study, but also enjoy yourself, but study. Trust, study. It will be very good to study, and it will help for when your exams come around as well. Also, I keep saying, in addition, go out and look around. Don't just stay inside the dorms, the school. Go out, interact with the Chinese people as well, because also, based off your here, they would ask, is there cereal here? Like if you're having braids, or anything. They're like, this area, they would want to touch your hair. Don't feel any way because of that. They're just fascinated in your hair because their hair can't exactly do much like how ours, you know? So, interact, make Chinese friends as well, speak to them, learn the language. It's a lot, but you can do this. If I did it, you can do it as well. Yeah. So, everyone said everything as well. They basically stated everything. But you have a great time. It's a great experience. You get to meet a lot of new people. Interact with your teachers as well, please. Please interact with them, especially for maths. Interact with your teachers, please. And there's students who are great in maths. Study with them as well because it will help you later down for your exams. Study with them. Practice. Please to ensure you practice your maths every day, every single day. Please. As well as the Chinese and science subjects, business subjects. But please to practice your maths every single day. Okay? Okay. That's all I have to say. Thank you for having me.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Please first allow me to observe the protocols previously observed. Ambassador Zhang, Maurice Merchant, Mrs. Chung Yin, Chair of the Scholarship Committee, fellow students, colleagues, everyone, students, good afternoon. How are you guys feeling today? Are you ready to go to China? Yeah. You sure? Raise your hand if you're scared. Yeah. Be honest. Yeah. You've never been there before. It's the opposite side of Antigua. Raise your hand if you're scared. All right, cool. So hopefully what I'm going to tell you today is going to give you a little bit of peace of mind. All right, first allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ninette Bentalaris. I had the pleasure of going to 3 very beautiful universities in China. I first went to Tongji Daxue in Shanghai, where I just heard that a few of you are going to go. It's beautiful. It's a good place to start. Shanghai is like the New York of China, okay? It has everything. I know you might be skeptical about food, if you're going to like it or not. If you don't, I encourage you to try it, but there is everything you might need. It's going to be in McDonald's, it's going to be Domino's, it's going to be everything. Okay, I also went to Beijing, BLCU, Beijing Language and Culture University, where I did advanced Chinese, and I'm very proud of that university because most of the textbooks that you guys are going to be learning from was published by my university. All right, and then also I went on to do my major at Capital University of Economics and Business, right there in Beijing also, and I majored in Chinese language and business. And I'm going to tell you what I did with that after. Okay, I want to give you guys some tips that you should be aware of before you go to China. I know you're going there practically to live. You're moving out of your parents' house, and most of you seems like teenagers. I was 17 when I left the nest, only knowing how to say ni hao that I studied on an app. Okay, but you're gonna be absolutely okay because even though you can't speak Chinese, China is constantly developing internationally. So a big percentage of the population do speak English, so you'll be able to get around in the initial part of it. But of course, please take your studies seriously. The flight is long. Do not pack everything you have in your house and carry it to China, please. You are going there to live. China is a very accessible place. You're going to find everything you need down there. Just walk with your medicine, some clothes. You're going to prepare for winter. It's going to coming up after you go, so walk with a little warm stuff. It's going to be still hot, right? Walk with a little warm stuff. Not too much summer clothes because you're not going to use it, and by the time summer come around again, y'all going to go shopping and get a lot of clothes, okay? So that's one thing. China is not like Antigua. We're accustomed to sun all year round. You're going to get the full 4 seasons down there, okay? Winter is extremely cold. I tell people I'm electric because I don't know if this happened to anyone else, but in winter time, my body constantly shocks. All right, so that's how cold and dry it is. Food is different, but does that mean you're not going to eat it? No. Indulge yourself in the culture. Try it, even if it might not look like something that you might think is edible, because China have a lot of creative ways of making food. Please try the food. I was observing some of you when you got your nice plates of Chinese food, and you was like, what is that? Should I eat it? Absolutely. I saw when Leon was skeptical to try the jiaozi, but he eventually put it in his mouth and he was like, yeah, it's good. Okay? So that might be your whole experience. Don't be afraid to get out. Transportation as well. I remember last year when I did the briefing, someone asked if you can get your license and drive. Transportation is very accessible down there. I don't even recommend driving. You can get a train, which might seem hard to use at first because there are a lot of lines and it just looks like a puzzle. But once you try it, it's going to be very easy. There is taxis that's cheap, and the buses are very long. Space for you. Okay. Also, you're going to experience cultural shock. I know it happened to me because no one told me what the toilets were like. And you know what I'm talking about? So the toilets, some of them, they're in the floor. Okay, so you're gonna have to squat to use the toilet. And that was something I had to get used to, and I used to avoid it, which you can. Because if you don't prefer to use that one, there's always our, we call it Western toilets now. Because like I said, China is constantly evolving. So there's Western toilets everywhere you go. But for me, I choose to use the squatting toilet now because it's easier. Think about it. It is. Okay, so try it out. And don't be scared if there's no Western toilets. Don't say, Ninette didn't tell you. Also, academics is important. That's why you were awarded your scholarship, to go and study hard and come back and put it into a career. But outside of that, China is the place to discover yourself. Some of you are going to have, well, all of you are going to have roommates. Your roommates might be from a country you never even heard of in your life. Okay? Ask about their culture, be intrigued, learn. Some of you might get boyfriends and girlfriends down there, okay? Maybe Kimon might get a Malaysian boyfriend, or Leon might get a Chinese girlfriend. You know, when you go over there, your life changes completely. You turn into an adult, but completely embrace it. Things to do. You guys are very lucky, you know, this scholarship is such a huge deal because you get accommodation free, you get your tuition paid, and they take you on trips. Okay, so in October, most likely your university is going to take you to another city to enjoy Chinese culture. So, and if they don't, do it on your own because you get holidays. Take the fast train, the bullet train, go to another city. Take the plane. I've been to Thailand, I've been to Russia, I've been to so many places, like you name it. I just travel all over the place because it's close, all right? And then after you leave China, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I should have done. Take the opportunity, get out of your comfort zone. Let me just tell you a few things that I did. I cannot sing. Well, some people think I can sing, but I'm not a professional singer. I've been in a band. I performed in front of thousands of people. Okay, there is no opportunity that I turned down, and I'm grateful for it. And now I'm gonna wrap it up. Life does not end after China. It's when it starts, really. Okay? Because after I came back home, unfortunately, I came back home during COVID time, rough times. Hope we don't have to experience anything like that soon again. But of course, jobs is not as easy to find as you think. You come from university with a degree, are gonna get a job right away. Not always, okay? But having the experience of China, and a very important skill that you guys are going to get is that second language of speaking Chinese. Just speaking Chinese alone can get you very far. When I came back, I was recruited by Her Excellency Lady Williams to work at the Office of the Governor General. I made a very good relationship with Chinese officials. I was a teacher at the Confucius Institute of Antigua and Barbuda. I am very good friends with all of the embassy delegates here. I have started my own translating company, which we translate over 8 different languages. It's not just Chinese. I also teach Chinese to students like you who want to go to China. I'm very proud of that because 3 of my students are sitting at the table right now. Zidane was one, Naeem and Roanne. And in October, I'll be going to China again to take one of my students who just recently won the Chinese bridge competition. Okay? So please, just speaking Chinese alone makes you marketable. So learn it and learn it well. I think I'm going to end there. Anybody have any questions?
What's your Chinese name?
Right, my Chinese name is Nini. Any more questions? Listen, if you don't have any questions, that means you're probably not ready to go.
We can find you after.
You can definitely find me after, and also because I think one thing I should mention also is that I just recently started the Antiguans and Barbudans of China Association, gracefully supported by the Chinese Embassy. And what that means, we're going to have a platform for all of the student alumni of China. So when you come back from Antigua, you're going to be a part of this platform, okay? So we need to stay in touch. And in China, there's an Antiguan group already. It's a Caribbean group, but Antigua has their own. So find me after. So I'm hoping that all of you have WeChat already, because that is one app that you're absolutely going to need. China is cashless. Zidane, find Zidane too to see what VPN he uses. All right, so thank you everyone, and I hope you enjoy your trip.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to first observe the protocols. Ambassador Zhang, Her Excellency Ms. Chang, and our very own Mr. Maurice Merchant. I would not go over all of the experience my counterpart have shared, because if I do, we'll be here until 12 o'clock tonight. I spent 7 years in China, pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounts and a master's in international business. And I've decided to put together 4 tips for surviving. 1, you've heard it before, study, study, study. Mastering the language will make your experience in China way more memorable, from solving daily problems to maintaining a healthy student life balance. Because how shui xi, tian tian xiang shang. Okay? Good study, day up. Second, respect. Respect the law of the country, respect the people of the country, respect the culture of the country. Third, time management. Living in China will help you to become more conscious of time. Practicing efficient time management creates positive net benefits in all aspects of your Chinese journey. And last, immerse yourself. Don't be afraid to adapt and change. The shift in country, culture, food, and even people adds flavor to your heritage, which ultimately broadens your perspective in life. Last, travel, learn, and explore as much as you possibly can. That's all I have for you today.
landscape painting, just like what we see there. It's the actual ones, mountains, water, sky, and also the Great Wall. And this one is much bigger. Yes. So there's an old saying goes in China. 仁者乐山，智者乐水. We can speak this way and have a look closer. So 仁者乐山，智者乐水. So maybe Aluminium, who can answer this? What does it mean? 仁者乐山，智者乐水. 哪一件乐水？仁者乐山，智者乐水. Okay, it's ancient Chinese, so it's a little difficult. It means the benevolent enjoys the mountain, and the wise enjoys the water. Why? Anyone can take a guess? Why?
Refreshing. Refreshing.
Nah, it is refreshing, but it's also like it stands for the rapid and flexible thoughts. So the wise people enjoys the water. And so as for this, anybody can guess why the benevolent enjoys the mountains? It's steady and very inclusive. Yes, so like the animals and plants, they can grow in it, and the mountains will bring the prosperity equally to everyone. And also, beside this, you can see it's in a panoramic view. So just like the painting over there, the Chinese traditional landscape painting also mostly will hold like this panoramic view. You are like standing at the peak of the mountain, and everything is under your eyes. So we believe it brings like the boredom idea to you. And this is a pin. It means vase. So it's a porcelain vase with the dragon and the Wan Zi Wen. Just we walk by the end at the central square, and also we have lotus pattern at the bottom of the vase. So the lotus is 荷花 in Chinese. The first character 荷 is the same pronunciation as 合体 and 和谐 harmony. So we also believe that with the lotus family, we will bring the very good wishes of bringing peace and harmony here. And this is a king, and this table we call it an in China. So this combination is an. And what does pin an mean? It's similar to save and so it's wishing to save every time you enter or exit. So it's a typical decoration in like Chinese mythology and anybody major in architecture? Anyone? Okay, so can you touch the wall on it? Like, and tell me what do you feel it's made of? So it's made of aluminum. Yes, aluminum. So it's like I just like introduced to you guys like the whole embassy is built in Chinese style, but actually it's more precisely it's modern Chinese style, which means we apply the modern architecture technology and also modern construction materials in it. Like we replace the wooden structures with the metal concrete model. So make it more durable, prevent it, and also we paint it with the anti-corrosion paint, so we can prevent it from rotten and rust. And these pieces, what's the difference between this painting between those we just walked by? What's the difference? What? Yes, color. So these pieces are created by a talented female artist in China. She's famous for combining the Chinese traditional brushstrokes with the Western color and paint. So this type of painting is different from what we just walked by, the Chinese traditional landscape painting. These are called 花鸟画, flower and bird painting. So it will bring more vitality and also stands for the harmony between the animal and the plant. So this female artist also expressed her impression of Antigua with this bright, passionate color. So wishing, the long-lasting friendship between us will be prosper. We got 3 pavilions along this corridor. This is the first one, and they are in different sizes, different and different shape. So it will bring more spatial diversity to you. And also we have some pattern up there and by the roadside. What is it? Is that the pattern, the big number. Yes, the big number pattern. It's always important to echo and to enhance our wishes. Yes. And also we have the lotus pattern on the pillar bases. And we also have some lotus flower in the pan. This is a very good viewing point. So have a look at our garden. All of a sudden, you will see a very beautiful pan. It will bring you like some more different experience. And also we can notice that the building in front of us, what are the shade of it? What's the shade of it? The shape. Oh, the shape. Yeah, shape. And these benches in front of us, it has a Chinese name called 美人靠. So 美人 is beauty. Yeah. So it's called beauty knot. So it's not because like only beauty can lean on it. No. Like it's because when like the one is leaning on it and interacted with the garden, you are like immerse yourself in it, and also becoming a part of the garden, becoming the beauty of the other people's eyes. This way. So we can see we have a big pan, and also the greening rate of this compound is up to 44%. So the irrigation will be important things for us, and especially when we will meet the shortage of water sometimes here in Antigua. So we have here the rainwater collection system. We have like a part of it. It's on our rooftop. So they collect the rainwater and deliver it straight to the water tank under the underground. This is for our daily use water supply. And also we have the water collection system by the roadside. You can see under all these little stones, there are drains down there. So it will help collect the rainwater, and it will send straight to the pan. So we can use the water in the fish pan to irrigate every plant.